Wow. What a game three. Oh my. That's probably that has absolutely, in my mind, that has to be the single greatest game that has ever been recorded and uploaded for this series on this channel ever. I mean, just what a game. I don't want to spoil anything. It was just a fantastic episode for those who haven't seen it. The game before this one, that was the game that was literally uploaded before this one, game 3 of this series. Just what a tilt. Go watch the whole episode if you want to. I don't really want to give anything away other than the fact that obviously we won. So if you can see that part, you can see the result in front of you on the screen. We're going into game 4. We have stolen a 2-1 victory just somehow in this series. We've taken a 2-1 victory. I would argue that we have rarely, if ever, been the better team in any of the games in this series. I want to have a perfect start in Game 4 before we go back to Chicago. A last game on home ice before we will guarantee play Game 5 in Chicago at the United Center. We've got quite the Game 3 to follow up. Can these two teams put on a show any better than the one that was put on display in Game 3? One of perhaps the best game that I've ever done in NHL 14 for this series. The previous game in this series. How will these two teams match up in comparison to that? I want to stick with my passive game style at the outset. You can see how passive we are. It's not a neutral zone trap. It's not a 1-4. It may look like we're set up to be a 1-4 based on the fact that we have 4 guys standing up on the blue line to start with, but it's not a 1-4. It's a 1-2-2. We're going to take the early D-zone face-off and get out of here. Absolute squiggly whistle. Squiggly whistle. That was not the one. Never mind. I had a word in my mind and I already forgot what it was going to be for Jonathan Toews. Oh, that's a dangerous, sloppy and bad headman pass off the side of the net of Mrazek. Big save to open us up early. Lars Eller, little inside-out move, cut back to the point. I almost feel like we should use our point shots more often. There's one from Laxo, kept keeping it in at least. Put that pressure on Yuri Talusti. He has all that experience. He's an experienced player for this Flames team. Faxes in on it. Get in on that action. Early pressure from the Flames. Little near side dump in for Simon Luff. He's going to retrieve it. Let us settle on the ice before he picks it up with his stick. Riley Smith, a dump in at the blue line. This is whistled for offsides, however. I do want to... Can I get a replay of that? I don't believe that was actually offside. Jonathan Toews has been leveling players on the ice in this series. He has set a physical tone for the Blackhawks. However, I feel that the Blackhawks have been out-hit in this series. I don't have the stats in front of me to back that up. I'm sure that based on the end-of-game stats, you can go through the first 3 games in this series and you can see who's out-hit who. But I would imagine the Calgary Flames have been the team on the aggressive, out-hitting the Chicago Blackhawks. Rebound, but Hanowski passes it instead. He elects not to take the shot. Cross-corner dump in. Jonathan Blum, Hawks are changing. Let that puck fall in front of you, and then I see a breakout until we don't have one. Jonathan Toews, oh my God, Peter Mrazek, dude. Shaw off the side of the net. Bad start for the Flames in their own end. Chandler Stevenson, the Hawks strike first. That was entirely due to Jonathan Blum making a sloppy pass to break it out. The turnover was instantaneous. It went to Jonathan Toews. all of that, it ends up leading to this Chandler Stevenson goal, is what it amounts to. When the Hawks score first in this series, it leaves me with a bad gut feeling about a game. Game 1, we came back and won, of course, and the Hawks scored the first 3 goals in Game 1. Game 2, the Hawks also scored the first 3 goals, but they actually won that game. We did make it interesting at the end. However, in another attempt at comeback fashion, I don't even remember who scored the first goal in the wild and insane Game 3. I want to say it was us. I think we had the first goal in the game. Oh, D-to-D, this is a good opportunity. Stolen out of the air by Corey Crawford. That was Sagan at the point, handling that one-timing business. What version of Corey Crawford will we get here tonight? He's actually been decent in the series. I don't think if you're a Blackhawks player that you have a problem with the way that your goaltender has played to this point in the series. He had a bit of a tough go at it in Game 1, of course, because the Blackhawks collapsed in that first game, but can you blame the goaltender entirely for the collapse? I don't think so. And I don't think that Crawford has been an issue for them in net. If they get a really great goaltending performance tonight, that will spell trouble for the Calgary Flames trying to grab a 3-1 series advantage. That's the thing, when you go into a Game 3, you know that you're going to get a series swinging game in a Game 3 no matter what. Or a Game 4, I'm sorry, not a Game 3. Game 4. A Game 4. Faxa, man. Oh, my God. Having a really tough time in our own zone, especially getting the puck out. We're just going to get this further in. That'll be Yuri Talusti. Trying to get that forward check established. We're going to stick with our plans here. Eller's hanging back as the F3. That's just got to be thrown back in just so it gets back into the zone. Because look at what we can do with Roddick Faxa. If we can keep it in the zone, get some help, your teammates have got to oblige to give you some help. I want to wrap this down low, stay below the net. Talusti backhand stuff attempt at Lars Eller by the side of the net. Dug away from Seth Luongo, but he handles it there beside the net of Corey Crawford. Kumala breaking it out. Lievo on a dump in. It's his only option. He didn't have any teammates. I'm going to saucer this. Oh, well, that is well offside, Jonathan Taves. I appreciate your enthusiasm to try to get the puck into the zone. I appreciated Yuri Talusi's enthusiasm on the wraparound attempt that led to that second chance opportunity for Lars Eller. We'll break through at some point. Crawford can only plug up the net for so long. Jeez, man, what is going on with the passes today? That one off of the sideboards that just died out. It didn't get chipped up the boards. It just died out on the boards. We had that mistake with Jonathan Blum on his passing attempt up the boards. Or not up the boards, but up the ice. I was talking about something before play got carried away for a little bit, and I've lost my train of thought of what I was discussing earlier in this first period, just a few minutes ago. So it doesn't apply right now. We're just going to focus on what's going on right now, currently on the ice. A dump in, a retrieval in front, a point-blank 5-hole opportunity where Tyler Sagan denied by Corey Crawford. We may have gotten the best version of Corey Crawford yet in this series, in this game. I thought that was the case in game number 2. I thought Crawford played an excellent game, too. How many goals did he give up? I think we scored 3 total in the game, but remember, we had the 1 goal in game 2 that was an own goal from the Blackhawks. They literally put it into their own open net on a delayed penalty. So Crawford wasn't even in the goal crease for that one. He was on the bench when that happened. Got to play oh my God. Got to play very calm with it, even though they are forechecking it and we had it behind our net. We're going to negate icing, but go to the front. That was perfectly set up for Kostitsyn. How did Crawford seal that in a VH position? He was VH on the post, vertical, horizontal, and he sealed it with a skate. Got over, you want to talk about timely saves right there. He got over just in time to completely seal off the right side post beside his blocker there, going into the old school VH, which you don't see goaltenders use as much. It's funny, I was watching a video quite recently, of Jonathan Quick, and it's a behind-the-net camera of Jonathan Quick when he was a member of the Los Angeles Kings. It's on YouTube. That's a huge save. The Jonathan Quick video aside, big save by Peter Mrazek. But I was studying Jonathan Quick's goaltending because he's just a fantastic and phenomenal goaltender to study, especially back in his LA Kings days. But I noticed that Jonathan Quick uses a combination of the VH and the RVH. So for those of you who have no idea what the hell I'm talking about, goaltenders use two things. There are two different styles of play a goaltender can do to integrate themselves into their post. And one of them is the VH, which stands for vertical horizontal. So basically, if you are a goaltender and you go against your right post, essentially, you would have your right pad vertical on the post, and your left pad would be horizontal along the ice. You can look up pictures of this on the internet if you want to find out, see a visual description of what's going on. Then there's the RVH, which stands for reverse vertical horizontal, and this was kind of a new style of integrating yourself with the post. I think this was introduced roughly around 2016 or so. It's a relatively new style of play on the post. So basically, VH is very old school, and RVH is pretty new school goaltending. And you will see a lot of modern goaltenders almost overusing the RVH position, and they get scored on as well when they're in the RVH, surprisingly enough. If you look at the way goaltenders position themselves in the RVH, you'd think that there wouldn't be a whole lot of net to score on, but yeah, they do get scored on a lot in the NHL, even when using that. So RVH and VH discussion aside, back to the action on the ice. We're having a good little shift here. Perry, that was an awful backhander. That's a weird shot on the forehand from essentially the Rockstar zone. I want to get Rockstar tonight. I don't know what that means, but I do. Yuri Talusti, you're a one-man show against four defenders. I like the enthusiasm there. He's shown a lot of it in this game. How did we not have the puck? Should have had the puck by Faxa. Another cross-corner dump in by the Blackhawks. We're going to be board played. We basically board played ourselves in that with Blum. He board plays his opposition's number there. LeBlanc, it's going to go to the point now. Seabrook, there's an active stick by Lars Eller. He may have just denied a chance on the net. Eller, a pull-up move, and he can't get the shot through as the defense was just too much. Blum, shake move, back at the point. Nice attempt. We'll get it back to the point guy. We're using the points a lot in this game. You may be able to tell that is very evident. Huge block by LeBlanc. Or LeBlanc. I can't remember if there is an L in there before the A or not. If it's LeBlanc or LeBlanc. And I don't really care, to be honest. Not at this moment. I can't worry about the pronunciation of a Chicago Blackhawks player's name. So we're going to pull up and we're going to send it down low. Granlund, you got to be in there. Okay, that was really a wild pass, but it worked out. Simon Luff, shot from the point again. There it is! Deflection. Kostitsyn using the blue line shot to perfection. Obviously, it's not the blue line shot that went in. It's the deflection from Kostitsyn, but it starts with the defense. It's very simple but effective hockey. Shoot it from the point. Look for a screen, look for a deflection. In this case, we got a deflection, and we have tied the game 1-1 with 40 seconds to go in the first period. That's a crucial goal late in the period. You always consider those late period goals to be a bit backbreaking. Now, if we give another one up and the Hawks retake the lead, which they nearly could have done, still could do here, the net's wide open. I was just about to say, these late period goals are backbreakers, and we almost gave one up of our own to end period number one. We got away with that one. It is a 1-1 tie on the scoreboard. I will take it. Are these two teams set up for another overtime thrilling game? And how about that overtime thrilling game in Game 3? The penalty kill in OT2, was it the second overtime that we had that big five? We had to kill off a 5-on-3. And we were just perfectly positioned. Sticks in the lanes, everything was done to perfection. Look at Riley Smith, man. He's out muscling everyone. He passed it off the pad of Corey Crawford. He's still in there. Sagan helps him out now. Now we're starting to get something going. A little bit of a cycle. Back to the point. Bank pass for Blum. Blum, you got to risk the puck there. We got to risk the puck through to the net. Can't have a turnover on the blue line. Ekblad, Johnny on the spot. Mr. $8 million something. All right, what kind of moves does Tyler Sagan have out of his pockets? Oh, Ekblad joined the play. Yeah, get in there. Activating defenseman, get involved in the play offensively. Don't be afraid to step up when a time presents itself. He just made 200-foot plays. One play on the defensive end of the ice, and then he came right down. It's a simple shot, but he gets effectively involved in the offense as well. Forces Crawford to make a save. We'll get a fresh change of bodies on the ice. It's Radek Faxa to take the draw. I think Fax is my second-line center. That actually should be true because I think Yuri Tulusti is a second-line wing. I think he plays wing on the second line for myself, but I haven't looked at my lines in forever, so I can't tell you what the lines are off the top of my head, believe it or not. And I know I run this team, and I can't tell you what lines they are. I don't really have lines. I don't have traditional line 1, line 2, line 3, line 4. Everybody has essentially the same role. Oh my God, Eller. What the hell was that? You know, if you keep making plays like that, you won't be on a line in this game. Okay, I was going to let Tolusti get the puck there, you selfish hog. Oh my God, that was a suicide pass to Faxa. We are uncollected to open this period. LeBlanc. Now I can see it. It's LeBlanc. I'll pronounce it whichever way I want. Oh, who's going to the box? There's a Blackhawks player laying in the goal crease. Oh, this is a bad shift. I can tell. It has that feeling. I think Mrazek touched that. We'll get the whistle. We're going to go on the penalty kill. It's Aaron Ekblad, so he's kind of doing everything tonight, including the bad stuff. He's taking a penalty, the first one in the game. I didn't have control of Ekblad, so he just has too much ass, basically. Interference for too much ass. He literally just shoved his ass onto that Blackhawks player, and he fell to the ice. Sold it. Sold the call entirely. So this is what we couldn't do. We haven't been able to, we can't get away with doing this in this series. We've got to be very careful about taking penalties because it's come back to bite us big time. At least, especially in Chicago. The games in Chicago, the PK was just not on its best form. And we couldn't stay out of the box, and we never could help ourselves. But to keep taking relentless penalty after relentless penalty, that's a goal. I tell you, man, they just stay on that puck. And if you make one little mistake, they're going to make you pay for it. We just can't get it out. The player switching is terrible. Sagan with an ass block. Kumala with a shot on the blocker side save. You see what I mean? I think we got away with a penalty. Ooh, that was going in. I can't. Just slap it out, Radek Fax. Jeez, man. Got away with that one. Change it up. Penalty kill, change it up. And we're changing, and we're caught behind the play now. Good job. No, Keith Ollie, dude. Simon Luff. Slap shot off the rush. I can see it coming. Oh, he faked it. He still has it. Shovels it along. That actually lets Eller get involved. Now back up top. Corey Perry. A dance move to the outside. Get on D. Get on D. Ekblad is back out of the box. Penalty is relieved by the Calgary Flames. No more for the rest of the night. Aaron Ekblad specifically. The whole team. Ideally, we don't take any more penalties in this game. Oh, he was going to go on a change, but he changed his mind. Good forechecking effort from Kostitsyn. He's going to shoot low. Whoa, that went out the other side of the goal crease. Wrap around. Sneaky little attempt from Granlund. I'd like to see more from Granlund. He hasn't been heard from much in this playoffs, and especially in this series. That's going to be a charge. I've got the feeling that's charging. He came from a long way to make that hit. Ben Hanowski. Look at the amount of strides. There was a lot of footsteps. It could be boarding, too. It's boarding. You could call that a couple of things. You could call that boarding. You could call that charging. We put him right back on the power play, which is what I told you we just cannot do. It seems when we get in penalty trouble against Chicago, it's not enough to just take the one penalty and then we've learned our lesson. It's let's just keep racking up the penalty minutes, guys. Did you see that hit along the boards? I mean, you want to talk about pasted. Man, Pillsbury got nothing on that. Man, that was a bad time to go for the windmill, I guess. Hip check. That's enough to separate Kumala from the puck. We're going to play this off at the last moment. Clefbaum, you got to have awareness, get the puck. Oh, I see Perry, man. It works out. It's going to kill more time on the penalty. I was trying to hit Perry up the wing. Oh, Faxa. Perry. Oh. They're stretching that ice, and I don't like it. Kumala to the inside. We had inside positioning on Kumala. Slung down the ice by Blum. Crawford will play it inside the trapezoid, which is legal. Up to Luongo. That's important for Chicago. The quick breakout up the ice, but a beautiful play on Stevenson by Oscar Clefbaum. Yes, indeed. Stay in front of the net. Ekblad Make that big play. Make that big play. He does make the big play. And is that the end of the penalty kill? It is. I hear sticks tapping on the ice. I already forgot. Hanowski in the box. No longer in the box. On the ice right here to try and make a play defensively. You can see how intensely competitive this series is and has been to this point as well. Neither team really giving the other an inch. However, we're getting a lot of the 2-on-1s. How did we goof that up? Back down low. Even on the net is fine with me. Probably as easy of a blocker save as Corey Crawford could hope and expect to make on that. That was just a floating dump in on the net. And there's the replay of it. Granlund probably was going wide. And in fact, I think Crawford may have saved Kostitsyn's face, who was just off to the side of the net. He doesn't need any dental correction on that one. Good face-off win for us here. We're going to walk the middle. They get on you so quick, you cannot really afford to walk the middle. Got to almost wrist it through. A good time to just dump the puck in. Pollinen's forecheck is successful because look at this. Bump it down, back down low, off the wall. Emerson. Emerson, you're garbage, man. Too much momentum. Carrying that puck back over the blue line and creating an offside on what shouldn't have been. We had possession. That's what I hate about that. We had possession. Of note, though, you can see how quick the Blackhawks get on you. When you win that face-off in the attacking zone and you get it to the point guy, on the net, Perry, man. And they make a pass that just missed. What the hell was... Okay, we're going to... Oh, Major! To Jonathan Taves! Well, he should have never even thought about finishing that check. He's gone. You can see the anger. The poor cameraman having to put up with Jonathan Taves' antics as he skates off the... Or walks off the ice, rather. Down the tunnel. So we got a major power play now. Set it... Eller, man, you need to get off of my 5-minute major power play if that's what you're gonna do with it at the blue line. I don't care how fast they get on you at the blue line. And that's just not a turnover that we can afford right now. Drop pass for Kostitsyn. Ooh, that was an interesting move to get to the inside. Across. Eller, okay. Switch it up. Back up top. Boom. Hanowski over the net. Eller, your job is to keep this in. See what the penalty killers give you. Blum, I'm gonna have a raging conniption fit with Blum, dude. We've taken a penalty on a 5-minute major. What kind of absolute meatball takes a penalty on a 5-minute major, Radek Faksa? Dude, Eller had that taken care of. He did his job. You need to lay off, buddy. Oh my god, man. If Eller took the penalty, I mean, I was going to take, after his antics on the blue line and then taking that penalty, I was going to sit Eller. I'm really contemplating sitting Radek Faksa as he sits in the penalty box right now. Oh, I tell you, there's just no time to do anything. Oh my god, man. We just cannot handle the puck anywhere near the blue line. There's just no finesse with the puck near the blue line. Oh. This could be a consequential power play. I mean, I know it's not a power play, but this could be a consequential moment in this game. Us having that power play and then giving up the opportunity on the power play or some of the time on the 5-minute major by taking a penalty is effectively making this 4-on-4 now. So we're playing an even strength game with just one less player on the ice for each team, obviously. That's what 4-on-4 is, no duh. It's just a basic textbook definition of 4-on-4. And okay, selling out for the team, but oh my god, even though we sold out, we still cannot get possession. The Hawks are possession demons right now. And it's a goal, Faksa. Oh my god, out of the box. He can't even get the puck back. All right, Faksa, do a deke. Buy some time, buy some space. Get away from me, Duncan Keith. Street Goblin. All right, go get the puck. That's going to be kept in. Back up top. Okay, to Lusty. Go back door. Go back door, please. Riley Smith. Pull up, down low. I see it. Up top. Ekblad, the Ekbomb. Got blocked, of course. Go get that to Lusty. All right. They're respecting the power play right now. They are. Boom, what a tip. What a tip and just the tip. Right into Corey Crawford. Can't get it to go, man. I thought about that Ekblad chance faking the shot, and we're gonna get the replay of what the Hawks did. They nearly scored, dude. Sometimes I just scratch my head. What are we doing out here at times? There's a lot of moments like that with this team. A lot of moments like that with this team. Trying to create a mismatch on the ice here for the power play. I really am. Oh, no, no, no. No, oh my titty nipples, dude. We just can't do anything right with it. Aggressive. We got to have a little more urgency with the power play right here. Hanowski is in. Forced it wide. Oh, man, Ekblad, who had the game winner in the last game on a one-timer. I saw him right through the seam, dude. We're not going to make Chicago pay for this 5-minute major, are we? We're just not. We're going to refuse to make them pay. The biggest price that they're paying is they did lose their captain, Jonathan Taves, one of their most best players on their team and in their lineup due to that 5-minute major. Aaron Ekblad, man, gonna freaking piss me off. Skating it into your own net, dude. Oh my god. The player switching is garbage. It is literal titty nipple garbage. Oh my god, man. The player switching, I blame it entirely. You don't even know how bad the controller is handling right now. That was a weird play by Corey Perry, but, you know, someone needs to get involved for Calgary offensively in this one. Find something. Granlund. Oh my god, he got it with a toe. What a save by Crawford. Opportunity is lurking for Calgary, but both teams, honestly, opportunity lurking for both teams. Oh, certainly not lacking. Sent down the ice for Hanowski. Cleft bomb, I want to pin it. I don't want mistakes. I want to board play it. Simon Luff really screwing me over, making that play harder than it needed to be. Hanowski behind you with some speed, some escapability. He has escape velocity. Into the attacking zone, poke free of Luongo. Now he's going to go around the world behind the net. Wrap around, broken twig on a wrap around. Oh, man. 1-1 game still in the third period of play. Like I said, I can feel it. Overtime is looming. It is going to be another OT game, isn't it? It's crazy. These two teams are so close, but I guess it makes sense. This is the West Final, the two best remaining teams in the Western Conference. You would expect that to be the case. A competitive affair of this best of 7 that very well could go 7 games, depending on the outcome of this game. We'll see what the likelihood of a 7th game is coming out of this one. The biggest thing for us, man, we got to, oh my god, Blom with a perfect time to find his skating legs and a burst of speed. Perry moved to the outside, back door, but it wasn't even open. Blom, all right, Sagan, I need your best moves here. Sagan to the outside. Sagan trying to feed it down low and try to make a pass down low. Hawks defenseman rejected that pleasantly for themselves. Get on the boards, man. There's just nothing if you're not on the boards. Finally, Riley Smith now punching it to the outside. Cut back. We're going to delay. Wait for teammates. Send it down low. Lars Eller has the right idea. Peary pinned himself, and then he kicked it to Radek Faksa. No one's there. Oh, jeez. Oh, my God. Too loose, D now. In front. It's going to bobble around. Fox's great stick lift. Hawks have that chance taken care of for the time being. They send it in down low behind the net. Going to make us work for this and go the full length of the ice on the breakout. Now I'm going to try this move. They just batted out of the air. That was no problem. Cleft bomb off of the Hawks player. We're going to pinch in with Simon Luff. Oh, Luke Adam paying the price. And it was a heavy one. Yeah, they're not giving you any Walmart specials on those hits. You're paying full price, buddy. So we'll stop. Get on the boards. Get on the board. Get on the freaking boards, Kostitz. And I'm dumping this in. I'm airlifting it into the zone. Into Corey Crawford. Make a face-off happen here. Hanowski does. He forces one. And it'll slow the game down for a second as well. It'll give me a chance to catch my breath and catch my brain, which at this point is certainly falling out of my head with our style of play right now. That was a big hit by Love. He pinched in down the wall. And, I mean, I'm telling you, if you're a forward, you can't be standing still, number one, as Luke Adam was. And you got to have your head up at all times. You got to anticipate that that defenseman is going to jump right down the wall, screaming right at your face. He wants a pound of flesh, and he got it. Oh, my God. Really? I should have known better than to go for that. Pollinen's going to go sit in the box. It's a high stick. Maybe a slash. Sometimes they call these slashing in the game, even though it's quite evidently a high stick, but they do call it a high stick. It is a high stick. 2 minutes in the box. Hopefully the full 2 minutes. Because I can't bear to see Chicago get a power play goal here. And the opportunities that we've given them. Then again, we got a 5-minute major, man. We didn't do anything with that 5-minute major, including take a penalty while on the 5-minute major. You wanna get possession there, Lars Eller? Ooh, who's that? Corey Perry, dude. He was standing in front. His services were certainly available, but we couldn't find him. Bluff around the net. Blum a chip out the center ice. Perry, does he have the 37-year-old legs that we need to be able to execute a successful play? He tries a little dangle move there. I mean, he was defended tightly by about 3 defenders. That is onside for Kumala, but he's going to be nudged just a bit off the puck. I don't see the urgency I need from Jonathan Blum. That's blocked. It's cleared down the ice, only about halfway. It'll be played back at center and into the zone. Clefbaum, our D retrievals have got to be pristine. He didn't even attempt to retrieve it. Oh my God, that was a sharp angle. And then the hit after the fact on Andrew Shaw. Now Shaw plays it down low. A give and go play to Shaw. Faxa, you're the reason that was almost kept in. I about had a conniption fit with Faxa. Keith blocked into Mrazek. Blum can't get it to get a potential clear here for Calgary. We need a clear. We will. And that'll be a D change. In fact, it'll be a 5-on-5 D change because the penalty is over. Look at the forecheck going to work. That was Sagan. On that forecheck, Eller's trying to get back, help his teammate out. They will find Keith in a soft spot in the D and a dump in from Keith. It's cross corner on the boards. Kostitsyn is waiting. Kostitsyn will find himself with a little bit of space. He finds a little trickery with his footwork. Power move to the net. Can he hold on to this? He actually prevails with the stick lift. In front, Hanowski puts one on. Granlund with a twisting, weird backhander that was knocked down in the goal crease area, I believe by Duncan Keith. Hawks will be forced to dump it in. It'll be cross corner here again. Bouncing puck on the dump in. Granlund handles kindly with that, with the stick blade. Kostitsyn across the middle. Oh my God. Look at the handles on Sergei Kostitsyn. And then help with Hanowski. I believe that's Hanowski giving him support. Kostitsyn looking for the wraparound again. We're going to twirl, pirouette move to get the puck back to the point. Intercepted, however, by former Nashville Predator Gabriel Bork. Play to Lievo at the blue line. A nice little charge put into the Hawks forward there, but it is not a penalty. Backdoor for Caron. He had it on the doorstep, but he didn't have the full handle. Crawford covers instead. Blackhawks nearly faced giving up a goal there. We're not in next goal wins territory yet, but we're getting closer to that point. Halfway through the third period at this phase of things. That's the Duncan Keith effort that was blocked by Clefbaum into his own goaltender. Mrazek will get credit for his save on that. I don't want to see too many. If you're going to block it, I don't want to see it do that. That's the one thing I don't want to see happen on a block shot. Clefbaum, we can't waste time. I know that he missed the net. We can't miss time, however. Or mess around with the puck. Can't miss time. We can't waste time handling the puck at the blue line. I don't know why I said miss time, but... Oh! Perry, just not enough speed with this. A stop will be... That's effective. Sagan, it's a weird shot. It's not the strongest of efforts from Sagan. Walking the middle is Clefbaum. He's opening his hips. He fires. I believe a deflection was involved in that. Look at this. Corey Perry off of that pressure play by Luke Adam. He's putting pressure on Luke Adam, but he does come away with the puck. Adam does, that is, and flips it further into the Calgary zone. The Flames have retrieved possession as the Hawks go on a wholesale change on that dump-in. We will do a dump-in of our own. Calgary on the dump-in. Caron on the retrieval, makes a man miss, shoots, and it's off the glove of Crawford. In front for Caron, point-blank opportunity denied by Corey Crawford. Caron gets himself involved physically on this shift. Pollinen's attempt to the corner was not successful. Peary by the Hawks bench plays it. It's at center. The Calgary Flames going on a partial change. Trying to keep up with everything that's going on the ice and doing my best. A big stretch pass to Andrew Shaw. At center ice, flipped in, but not before a big collision was dealt to Andrew Shaw. Saucer pass to Toulouse. Almost a suicide saucer pass. Toulouse cutting away from the pressure. That's going to be a penalty. We're going to wrap this down low. Eller will stay with this. Eller in front, but it's going to go to the point, and then that shot from Clefbaum is off the mark. but the Flames to a late third period power play. Not like the power play has done anything to this point in the game anyway. That little move pulling up with the puck, it drew the hook out of Nicholas Hjalmarsson, the long-time Chicago Blackhawks defenseman. 0 for 2 on the power play, 2 shots generated on the 2 power plays so far for Calgary. So just not enough, not seen enough of the power from the power play. Although there certainly have been looks, there have been opportunities, and there has been patience. But yeah, trying to force the puck there too much at the blue line. We have not had our best handles with the puck at the blue line on the power play tonight. Behind you, Faxa. So we can take our time. We retrieve this puck. Just take your time. We are just, oh my God, man. I'm going to breathe for a second. Fake slap shot, cutback move. Everyone gets involved. Make passes here. There it is. Oh my goodness, the rebound off the blocker. It was pristine. No one was able to corral that. Except for the Blackhawks. They did corral and clear the zone. Windmill to the outside. Hanowski, he's just going to punch it further in, which actually I don't have a problem with. Oh, Hanowski, dude. Yeah, the power play is not a threat right now. We have a lot that we would need to clean up with the man advantage. Sagan, one-on-one. Windmill move. Sagan still has it, however. He collects the loose puck. Sagan across. Captain Eller. Interchange with Ollie. Ollie, short side bid. Turned aside by Crawford. He swallows up the puck. We're going to get a face-off in the D zone of Chicago. 9 seconds to go in the power play. Keith Ollie showing no patience. He just shot that puck right away, which is the right thing to do. We need a quick shot on the power play if we can get possession. But Stevenson will clear. Ollie will have to retrieve. And we are back to 5-on-5. The Flames power play has just been... It's been more than lackluster. Lackluster doesn't even really describe the Flames power play at this point. We're trying to get to the middle way too much on the rush. And yet, I think we might have a chance to do exactly that. Sagan, it pinballs in to Corey Crawford. It's still loose, free in the crease, covered by Corey Crawford again. He's had to do a few of those scrambling saves, if you want to call them that. More like cover the puck up. We've had a few of those plays in this game where we've basically ran it into the goaltender and forced him to have to make a sporadic cover in the goal crease. Maybe it trickles in, but we're in next goal wins territory. We're in overtime basically now. We are... For all intents and purposes, we are in overtime. Stay behind the net, Talusti. You could have really helped out. We're going to go back to the point. I think they're reading that all the way. Shot low to the ice. Okay, maybe that's off the outside of the net. I'm not sure. Eller, that's not the time, man. Not the time. And they'll go offside. They go offside. Time to start breathing just a little bit deeper. Heavy breathing intensifies right now. Didn't win that face-off critically. Shaw got in there on the wing to help out. He's going to pinball away. There it is. Headman to Smith. We'll dish it off on the wing. Perry back up top to Blum. Fire. Another big block by the Hawks. Man, they've had a few of those. When you're going to shoot it from the blue line, it's got to get through clean. It can't go into shin pads or into bodies. If you're going to shoot it from the blue line, we got to have a clean shot through. Find a lane. Make that puck go through a lane. Uh-oh. Why is this a penalty? Did Ekblad not make a clean play? Oh, where did he do that? That's a rough one. Late in the period again. Hawks power play has been deadly. We know all about it. There can be no games. No games. Get the puck out of the zone. Seth Luongo under pressure. The Hawks were late tagging up. They'll be offside. We'll do it again. Face off. Near side to the Calgary D zone. Lars Eller to take it for Calgary. And he indeed does win it. Oh, we got problems. Pollinen's playing D on the penalty kill. What a time for this, coach. Oh, no. Or am I the coach? Technically, GM, coach, everything. I'm everything. I am become everything. Simon Luff. He has become everything on that body check. Oh, boy. Pollinen's out of position. The most timely of blocker saves. Peter Mrazek down the rink. That'll be a time for a change. It's because Ekblad's in the box and Ekblad's a penalty killer, so it's kind of thrown everything off. We just need to get Aaron Ekblad back out of that box as soon as possible. Huge play coming back. That is Corey Perry. Slap it, wrist it, whatever. Again, overtime. I had a feeling, dude. I had a feeling this was going to go to OT. A 1-1 tie going into overtime. There have been chances aplenty for both teams. Hawks out shooting the Calgary Flames 34 shots to 1. Aaron Ekblad in the box to begin the first minute and some change of overtime. Should this overtime go that far, Simon Luffley just dumped the puck in. Oh, off the top of the net. Faksa on the forecheck, basically. Faksa. You got help from Sagan. Just send it back down low. We just got pushed into Corey Crawford. How's that not a penalty? Oh, yeah, the check of all ages. Sagan scores short-handed and we win. What? What a play by Faksa. It is Roddick Faksa's skates. His skates are on Duncan Keith. I think that was Duncan Keith in the corner anyway. And he made that whole sequence. That was an excellent penalty-killing sequence to open the overtime period. We were not going to sit back or anything. We were not sitting back on our heels at all. We were ready to push the issue in the beginning of overtime, shorthanded or not. And, you know, it's early bird gets the worm. Is that the saying? Well, I mean, we were aggressive and hungry to go get the worm. And we put it in the back of the net on this feed to Tyler Sagan. That wins the game shorthanded in extra time.